Universal Geneve. Well, put it this way. Would you launch a watch brand now? This huge fall in the watch market that we're going through now, these things go in cycles. Did the private equity group get involved at the wrong stage, at the wrong time in the market, at the peak? I think so, yeah. My opinion only. Is that light all right? Yeah. I think we're just going now through what people could have seen coming in the back end of 2022, 23. I did a couple of videos at the time. A huge cash injection that we all had, well, most people had during COVID, regardless of the tariffs. That has just made things tremendously worse, really, certainly for the Swiss. A lot of people, nothing to do, devoted to their hobbies, new injections of cash, easy for me to say, and what they're going to spend it on. So obviously prices are going to boom in everything. It was used cars as well, electric cars at the time. Everything is coming back to a level of normality now. Interest rates have gone back up. Some people say that they've gone too high. No, they've just normalised that. The 15-year period that we had after 2008, 2009, that was the abnormality, not 2009, yeah. That was the abnormality, not what we're going through now. Things are just back to normal. I'm selling down. I'm trying to hone down to a core collection, and it's hard, it's tough, and other collectors are doing the same. I follow loads of YouTubers, loads of watch collection groups on Facebook, and many of them are consolidating. You know, they're trying to get down, trying to reduce large collections. We're all going through the same thing at the same sort of time. There's very few that I'm aware of that are hugely expanding their collection. Well, who's got the money now? People have tightened their belts, haven't they? So there's still room for collectors. The froth has been well and truly taken off the market, and this was happening last year, 2024, not just 2025. I think we're in for a tough time going forward. Personally, Mulglashut Pro Mergo, a German watch, that was the last purchase, yeah. I'd had that particular watch on the radar for a while since I discovered it. I only discovered it last year, but they're very hard to find. So for me, that purchase, you can only find them on the pre-owned market, and there's very few in the UK. Every time I would look for one, there might be either none or one available, perhaps in America, sometimes in Europe. Eventually I found one in the UK, and the point I'm trying to make, well, it's German, it's an overall, it's like an all-in-one it's dive watch. It could be like your one watch collection kind of thing. Yeah. What's yours, by the way? Oh, anyway, the point I'm trying to make is that that was my final watch purchase for the foreseeable future. UG are supposed to be launching next year, part of the same private equity group that own Breitling. I love Breitling, but private equity groups, in my experience, are there to either pile on the debt and asset strip, or just to make as much money as they can, really. Otherwise, what's the point for their investors? What's the point? So let's assume that the private equity group that owns Breitling, they've opened all these boutiques the last few years. The boutique here in Newcastle, where I live, northeast of England, beautiful, lovely. It's one of the most pleasant places you could wish to wander past, but wander past most people do, and it's a shame. Will these places close? Possibly. if you were that private equity group, would you launch a luxury watch brand next year? The top end of the market, I believe that Pateks and the Royal Oaks and all these sorts of things are pretty much unaffected by what goes on the high street. The buyers, the discretion, those buyers are there. But if Universal Geneve launch, it's very likely they're going to be. It's already been mooted that they will be at the higher end, so the luxury scale, between £10,000 and £20,000, that sort of thing. Are there plenty of buyers out there at the minute in the world for that sort of watch? China's slowed down. America has the tariffs. Europe, financially, in all sorts of problems. I really don't know. So would you launch it? Would you delay the launch, or would you just go right ahead in 2026? No, it's fine. It's fine. Switzerland. Well, I don't know. I've only been devoted to the watch market and watches for the last 3-4 years. I think the Swiss are unlucky to be hit with one of the highest rates of tariff, 39%. I don't actually know why that happened. Was it to try to invigorate the American watch market? But is that such a huge market, the American watch market? There's a lot of micro brands, great micro brands, but was there ever a hope that market would bring the American economy up? And does it need that? You would think it was things like the steel, the car industry that would be hit with the highest. So I think Switzerland has been very unlucky. Did you want another one? We make good cups of tea up here. For the person who wants that special watch, that'll continue, but it'll be possibly a much more well thought out purchase, a once every 5 years, once a decade kind of thing. Just going back to what I was saying before about collectors, and most people who buy watches aren't collectors. They've got their eyes. My son, for example, he would love a Rolex, and he wants a Rolex because it's a Rolex, and he's going to strive and save for that. I've suggested that there's other brands that he might be interested in, Omega, more attainable, more available. No, he's not really interested. He wants a Rolex. And my nephew recently bought himself a lovely watch for his 21st. A lovely Swiss brand, Longines. Now, I've seen the watch. It's a limited edition. It's lovely. He'll not buy another watch for the next 10 years. So we do live in our own little bubble. My son, if he gets his Rolex, he'd be chuffed to bits. I personally wouldn't have a Rolex. I wouldn't want to wear it outside. My nephew with his Longines, he'll love that watch. And he'll associate it with his 21st. They are the reasons to buy a watch, not the mindset the collectors have. So what am I doing for the rest of the year? Well, 2025 and 26. I don't plan to buy any more watches, really. For the rest of this year or next, I'm consolidating. Yeah. Well, you reach a point. The rapid accumulation fit. I think most watch collectors go through this cycle. You'll see that if you watch YouTube videos and things. You'll look at the journeys that collectors have. And it's probably the same with any collection of anything. Huge rapid accumulation, massive influx of knowledge across all. I'm starting to do watch repairs, mods. Yeah. Well, not many, because I cock them up, But there's a few that have got through without me breaking everything. What was I saying? Where was I? Oh yeah. So as I said before, this Moule Glashütte Promare Go pretty much was a great watch for me. Luxury, German, had all the elements that I look for, and I knew that if I found one, I'd be happy. And the thing is, you need to be happy, because with that particular watch or whatever it is, because what's the point of then going on to look for another one? So, and that's happened a few times with me, and I've realised that there was always one more watch. So in this case, I forced myself to appreciate and realise that this was my watch. and that's why there'll be no more purchases 25, 26. Unless it's the odd vintage watch to work on, bring back to life. Thanks for asking the questions. It's good. A little bit longer. I'm going on holiday in 2 days. To be fair, a lot of things have changed in 2025. One thing that's changed for me is regarding the collection. I'm actively rotating all my watches. So there's been times in the past where I might have worn 1 or 2 watches for a long period of time. Other collectors, I think, will identify with this. The rest have stayed in the boxes, and you forget about them. So I actively force myself now to go through each watch, wear it for a week, next week another, and I've actually enjoyed that. It does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it does become part of it. Well, it's not just it builds a new routine, but also it becomes an active working collection. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Exactly what I was going to say. As a collection should be. It doesn't just sit on a shelf or stay in boxes, like you say. It's a living, breathing collection. Rotation, enjoyment, as it should be. As a side point to that, by the way, I don't know if you found this, but the watches that maybe I put on the wrist and I take off again before the end of the day, they're the ones that I think to myself, let that one go. And generally, when I've done that, I've never missed that watch. No, things aren't selling. I could list, I was buying and selling the last couple of years, and up until about March, April this year, 2025, so it's not long. It's almost coincidentally exactly when the US tariffs hit. But I didn't sell many across the Atlantic. There was 1 or 2 I sent watches, but no, things have slowed right down. I could list a watch and I would have any sort of Seiko, anything like that. I would have Citizen, 20, 30 watches, and you would usually get a bid within the time period. Now it can take 2 to 3 months to sell a watch. That's at a reasonable price as well. It used to be that with the pre-owned stuff, you would buy well and you would sell well. You didn't take much of a hit, if any. Now there's always a hit. Hello, I hope you like that. A bit of a different format, interview style. Don't forget, give these videos a like. It really helps the algorithm. The videos disappear without things like that, without your support. I appreciate every single one of you, viewers and subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, do make a point of it. The winter's coming. It'll be something else to watch. See you in the next video.